hopefully Kirk proves us wrong.
Yeah, I saw something went wrong here with the start of the live stream, so I have to start it all over again. Well, when it comes to the lineup, for me, I'm happy to see Frimpong play because I think he brings a lot of offensive power, and I think I'm happy that Frimpong is playing. I also wanted to see. I wanted to see Robbo today because I wanted to save Kirkis for the Chelsea game. And the big surprise, like you both mentioned before, is the Salah. What do you think is the front three? How do you think they will line up? How do you think the three players will set up? Who will take Salah's spot, Stephen?
Maybe Wirtz on the left.
Then who's going to be on right? Is that going to be Ekitike or Gakpo?
I'd say Gakpo.
On the right?
Yeah, I'd say maybe Gakpo on the right.
And you, Ben, what do you think about it?
I think Gakpo left wing, Ekitike through the middle, and then Frimpong right wing with Szoboszlai right back would probably be the play. Yeah, based off the lineup I'm seeing.
Yeah. As we had some trouble in the start of going in live here, I want to say welcome to everyone for watching this stream tonight. I'm sorry we had technical difficulties in the beginning. Please check out all other social media like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and website. And give us a like and follow, and that will be awesome. Right. How's that line? Okay. Well, we've gone a bit through the lineup. We've talked about the surprises we have and potentially saving players for the Chelsea game. But what are your score predictions for this game, Ben? Do you think it will be an easy win? Do you think it will be a cauldron of fire or hell waiting us? I mean, Galatasaray lost the first Champions League match, and they're doing well in the series. But what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that Frankfurt game up actually, because it just shows that Galatasaray maybe aren't as good as they would be against Turkish teams, against teams from other countries, especially teams like Liverpool. You'd like to think, but they're at home, so you can't count them out, and they've only conceded twice in 7 games, if my memory serves me well. So there are no pushovers, no mugs. Won't be an easy win.
I think the first 20 minutes is going to be a bit crucial here. Stephen, what are your predictions? Do you think it will be a walk in the park, or are you going to think it's going to be another tough game?
I think it's going to be a tough game. The atmosphere is going to be very hostile. Depends how the players react to that as well. And defensively, we haven't looked great since the start of the season, really. So I think we'll get a win, but I think it's going to be tougher than people think. I hope it's not, but I just think the way we played the last few games, I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park.
I saw some talk earlier today, and Osimhen was mentioned for us as a possibility to have signed. You think Stephen, he would have been a good fit, or are you happy with the way we handle the passing of Jota and the replacements we have gotten?
I think the replacements are spot on. I think they handled it really well. I'm sure Slot came out in the week and said we weren't in for him. I saw something on Twitter about that. Whether he said that or not, I'm not sure. I did see something that he said that we didn't go for him. Story. But no, I'm happy with the strikers that we've got in. And look, it's going to take time for Isak, I think, to fit in. Obviously, he's not 100% fit as of yet. But I think Ekitike has had a brilliant start to his Liverpool career. And hopefully that continues tonight as well.
All right. I think Osman. I'm kind of glad we didn't get him, because for me, a player in his prime playing in Turkey is not a quality stamp, I think. But I'm very happy with the players we've gotten, and I think we're going to do a lot better with them. When it comes to the predictions, you're kind of new here, so you don't know that I don't usually go for score predictions. I'm not going to jinx anything, but I do believe we're going to win. I do believe we're going to turn around after the abysmal game against Palace. I thought we were way under par there, so I think we're going to do a lot better and win the game. Ben, do you think we will win, and do you have a score prediction?
I think we'll win. I think it'll be 3-1 Liverpool, to be honest.
3-1 Liverpool. Who will score?
Ekitike, Wirtz, and Gakpo, maybe.
You think Wirtz will get his first goal today?
Hope so. He needs it.
We need it.
Yep.
Do you agree, Stephen? Do you think Wirtz will get his first today?
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say 3-1 as well. I do think we will concede. Obviously, I hope we don't. But I think the way it's gone so far this season, it feels like inevitable that we will at the moment. But I'm going for 3-1, and I think Wirtz, it's a big game for him tonight. He hasn't announced himself yet, and there's obviously a lot of pressure with the price tag that he's come with. But I think it's going to click for him, and hopefully tonight is the night that happens.
Yeah. I would have liked to seen Wirtz not playing today, to be honest. Not because I don't have faith in him, but I think when you're kind of standing and hitting your head against the wall all the time, I mean, you're frustrated. You're not getting the results or the performance that you demand from yourself. I think sometimes it would be good to take a little break, to take a have a game or maybe two in a period of time on the bench. But I know it's going to. I know he's going to do well, but I think he could have had good of a little time out on the bench. But I think Salah is going to score today if he comes on. I didn't check the bench, to be honest. He's on the bench, of course. I think Salah will also get a goal today. I think he also needs it as well. I mean, he's had a tough time after Diogo, so I think he's one of the players who've had to deal with that the hardest. So he needs a boost, I think. Do you think this, Ben? Do you think this team selection is purely going for the win, or do you, as I've kind of mentioned earlier, do you think it's half going for the win and half thinking about the Chelsea game?
I think it's both.
You think it's both?
Yeah. Sly doesn't want to be distracted by the future. He'll think about the now. And today we've got to get 3 points on the board. Should we play some tough games in the future?
Do you think he's gambling a little bit by taking Salah off in a game like this, or do you think it's all calculated and he's certain that the guys will get it across the line?
I think he knows what he's doing, honestly. I trust his decision. Maybe it'll be good for Salah to have a bit of a rest as well, with a big game on the weekend.
Well, usually scores against Chelsea anyway, so I understand that one. Do you agree, Stephen? Do you think he's have 1 foot in each camp when it comes to the game against Chelsea, or do you think he's just looked at who's ready, who's fit, who's done what in practice, or is it like, trying to balance the workload?
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. The Slot obviously is thought ahead to the weekend. But also, I mean, that's a great bench when you look at the bench as well to bring those players on in the second half. Maybe when Galatasaray tire a little bit towards the end, maybe you bring Salah on and a couple of the others, 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes to go, inject a bit more pace up front, bringing Isak on maybe in the second half as well. So I think there's obviously it's a calculated team that he's chosen for sure, and he's obviously thinking about the second half as well, bringing those types of players on from the bench. And I mean, it's a great position to be in, and just seeing the bench and seeing the team, it is crazy. We've got those type of players who can just put on the bench and they can come off and make an impact. And like I said, it's great that we've got those options now. So I think it's a bit of both, and I think he's probably thinking about the second half as well, because we do tend to play better in the second half from previous history. So maybe there's a bit of thinking with that as well.
But I mean, Palace is now the only undefeated team in the Premier League, and the Premier League is one thing. But one thing is the previous games where we've been, level and we're trying to win the game at the end of it. We struggle a lot more when we had to gain a goal, when we were down one. There is a different low block you're meeting then, because someone is trying to defend the lead instead of finding the balance between trying to win themselves and not lose. I'm kind of afraid if we go down again, if we go under, if they get the first goal, and if we're then trying to start, the wasting of one first half for me is a problem, and I do believe Slot will address all this, and I think he will find a solution to it. But it has been a worry for me. Stephen, do you see this is a potential worry if we go under in the first half, or do you think we will sort it out due to the opposition is a weaker team than what we are used to?
I can understand the concerns for sure, but it always seems when we do go a goal down, there's more urgency within the team when we do go 1-0 down. And we tend to play better a lot of the times when we are a goal down and chasing the game. I'm not sure. I don't know why, but it seems that way that we do. I never feel worried when we do go a goal down, because I just feel we've got so much quality in the team. Too many players there that can have that one special moment. Obviously, I don't want us to keep having to do that every game. It'd be nice to win 3 or 4-0, every now and again. But I don't think it's a cause for concern. We're still the start of the season, and they're still trying to gel as a team, and Slot's changed the system slightly, and there's new players coming in, and you've got the likes of Salah and Gakpo and players like that getting used to these new players, especially in the attacking side of things. So maybe ask me that in a month's time.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to talk a lot about it in the team chat when we have. Do you see this as a problem, Ben? Do you the struggles we've had? Do you think that's just part of new players coming in? I mean, we usually lose a game or lose possession or concede goals due to personal errors. Do you see that will also be addressed without any issues, or do you have any concerns like I've kind of talked about, or do you? Yeah, what are your thoughts about this?
I mean, we are defensively solid when we want to be, but obviously, like you said, we're our own enemy. We make too many mistakes, really, and that's going to catch up to you eventually. And they did against Palace. And
Yeah.
like you said about low blocks, it's always been our problem. It's always been our burden. It's something for Slot to figure out. I think he will.
Well, he has to now, hasn't he? I mean, he kind of figured out last year, but now it's a new team. I mean, a lot of new players who isn't used to the system. So I think he's going to figure it out as well. Erin asks result predictions. Maybe we didn't show them or got them online, or he came in late. Yours,
3-1.
Can you repeat 3-1 to Liverpool for you?
Yeah, then we both said 3-1.
You both said 3-1.
3-1, yeah.
Yeah. Did you say the goal scorers, Stephen?
I think that was me.
It was you, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I said Gakpo, Ekitike.
Yeah. I think Ekitike will score. Not definitely score, but yeah, I do think he will score. I hope Wirtz does score because, like I said, tonight is the night. You know, I think he can announce himself. It's the perfect game for him to do that. And yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe Salah when he comes on.
Or Isaac.
Or Isaac.
Yeah.
Hopefully both.
Yeah, hopefully both. Me, Erin, I usually don't give score predictions because I don't want to jinx it. But I believe we're going to win, and I think it's going to be maybe a couple of goals. I also think we're going to concede. I think it's going to be on a counter-attack, maybe with Osimhen. I think he can, if Konate is not there mentally, or if Frimpong runs off, and I think usually it's on a counter, and he's quick, strong, and he can hurt us if we give him the room and time to do it. I mean, we have a little bit more time, and I think I'm going to go a little off topic here, because we talked about the game already. What are your Ben? I'm going to start with you. What player have surprised you the most so far, and who's been the biggest disappointment for you so far?
Well, I'd say the surprise is Ekitike. He's translated from the Bundesliga very well. Bundesliga players normally struggle in the Prem, so that surprised me a lot. I'd have to say the biggest disappointment's been Konate. He's normally one of the best defenders in the world. Been far from it in these last few games.
But he was kind of like that last year as well. I mean, he had games last year as well, so where he was way off. I mean, he has the potential to be world best, but for me, that's nothing new. But
I just think it's because I had a lot of high expectations for him, because I do believe he can be the second best defender in the world behind, obviously, Van Dijk. But he's been very poor this year, making lots of errors. I think certain things behind the scenes are getting to his head.
Yeah. Stephen, what about you? Same question. Who's surprised you the most, positively and negatively?
Szoboszlai surprised me at right back. Yeah, obviously not as a player, he's a fantastic player, but I didn't know that he had that in his locker as a right back, and he put in some incredible performances when he played there. So that was a big surprise for me. And yeah, I've got to agree there as well. Konate's been a massive disappointment. I think the Madrid rumours, and I know I've seen that he's responded to a few comments on Twitter as well and online. He's obviously been bothered by what he's seen online. But yeah, I just think maybe his head's somewhere else. He's a bit distracted by all the Madrid talk. But it's very disappointing. And against Palace, he was in no man's land. They didn't know what he was doing, where he was going. He just seemed completely out of sorts. So yeah, and you know, we all know how good of a player he is, and again, he could be one of the best defenders in the world, you know, and on his day he is. But I just think, yeah, lately again, I don't know whether it's all the talk of Madrid and he's distracted, but it just doesn't look like he's playing for the badge at the moment. Whether maybe that's a bit harsh for me to say, but it just, yeah, he's not the same Canate that we all know.
I have to agree with you, lads, when it comes to the positive thing. Ekitike is surprised me a lot. I mean, coming into this team with all the changes and from the Bundesliga, like Ben said, he's really hit the ground running, and that is very impressive. I'm also very impressed, like you said, Stephen, about Soboslai, the right back. I'm almost more impressed about how he does in the midfield after he's been in the right back. I mean, he's doing an outstanding job on the right back, and then suddenly he goes in offensive midfielder and kind of dominates the game after he's been running defensively for 80 minutes. That's what that's an honorable mention from me on that one.
I didn't realise how versatile he actually was as a player.
Sorry?
I didn't realise how versatile he was as a player. You know, he can play a few different positions, and kind of Stevie G-esque at times. You know, he's just relentless, isn't he? He's an engine. Yeah,
that's what I've been thinking when I've seen him play the right back first for 70-80 minutes, and then going up and playing as a number 9 or 10, or just, you know, going to the boxes and coming on runs and all that. And the one I've been thinking about is GVG.
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. The most the biggest disappointment, I can't say Konate, because, as I said, I think he's had a few of those games last year as well. I kind of put him on. I kind of put them down to he had to do two jobs because Trent was never around in defense, so he had to do right back and centre back at the same time. So, but I see now it just wasn't the lack of Trent doing defensive work. It's his head mentally, generally. The biggest disappointment, well, I don't know. It has to be Wirtz. I think I'm not disappointed. I'm just a little bit surprised he hasn't improved a little more than he has during all these games. But I still believe he will come around. You know what? I'm going to change my answer. The biggest disappointment is Salah. Yeah, that's the biggest disappointment, because he's been a shadow of himself. One thing is having a game or two where you're off and not, you know. I know also why he's not being himself, because of the new style of play, new players getting to know and blah blah blah, everything like that. But for me, he's been really, really poor.
Could that be down to the system, though? The system doesn't look favourable to Salah, in my opinion. It looks like we're trying to prepare for life after him, including in the AFCON period, which is in December and January.
You think you're trying to set up the system for when he's not playing?
Yeah, life after Salah, which hurts to say, but it's coming sooner than we like.
Well, that's a clever thought, Ben, and that makes this statement favorable for you then. Do you have a stats brain to back up your comments? Are you a guy like the other Steven we have in our squad that, you know, likes to look at statistics and everything like that?
Not really a big fan of stats. Not really, no. I think some stats are very flawed. I just have good memory, to be honest. I remember things, especially about football.
Well, you're young, I'm old, so I'm giving a whole pass on that one. So, but it's good to get some recognition for your excellent points there from BMW 320D. Well, I kind of got thinking what you said there, Ben, about, I think it's strange if we're trying to play a system for a life after Salah when he is there. We saw how crucial he was for our team last year. Equality, his passing, his build-up. So I think it's kind of it's a fresh thought, but I think it's half true maybe. Aaron asking, is Frimpong right wing or right back? Well, we talked about this when I asked you guys what we thought the top three or front three would look like. I mean, there is a possibility that Szoboszlai again plays right back, as you talked about, Stephen. Do you think that's a possibility that we kind of would play a 4-3-1-2 or 2-1 system with Szoboszlai as a right back and Frimpong as a right wing? Do you think that's there?
It could happen, yeah. Obviously Szoboszlai's proved he can play there, and it might allow Frimpong a little bit more freedom to go forward. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if that was the case. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
The same question for you, Ben. Do you think Frimpong will play a right wing or right back?
Yeah, I think he plays right wing. No Bradley in the 11, so someone's going to play right back. And no Salah.
Well, Bradley's on the bench, so it has to be Szoboszlai then.
Yeah, I think so. We'll plays right back. Current form suggests he's the better player for that position.
Yeah, it does make a bit sense since Salah isn't playing. But what do you think the setup, Ben? What do you think about the three up front? How do you think how will they set up? Will it be a 1-2 or 2-1 on top there? What do you think?
I think it'll be a 2-1. Verts behind Gakpo and Ekitike.
Okay.
So around throughout the game.
Yeah, I think Ekitike, they'll all switch up and all that. And interchange.
What do you think, Stephen? Do you think the same as Ben does, that Ekitike will be alone with Gakpo and Verts behind?
Yeah. It would make sense for that to happen, for sure. I just love Ekitike. He's just so direct, isn't he? He's not afraid to run at people, and just seems to be in the right place at the right times. Some of his finishing at times, he could have definitely done better at times. But I just love how confident he is and how direct he is. Really, it's something we've been lacking a little bit. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good watch tonight. I love watching him play.
Chiesa was left out of the Champions League squad, but now he came in because Leone was injured or got injured, and then he got a minor knock in the last game against Palace. You think he would have maybe played right wing instead if he had been available, Stephen?
Yeah, I think he would have started him for sure if he didn't get that niggle. He was full of praise for him after the Southampton game, wasn't he? And obviously came on. Did he come on against Palace?
Yeah, he scored.
Yeah. Obviously, he got his goal as well.
Mm.
He just seems like he's in form at the moment, and I'm so pleased for him. His attitude, ever since he's arrived at the club, has been spot on. He's not moaned. He's just got on with it. He's worked hard, and I love him. I mean, he's a favourite, I think, with all of the Liverpool fans, isn't he? And obviously the song is amazing. But yeah, I was gutted for him about having the niggle. So I think he would have started tonight's game, sure. And hopefully he's involved on the weekend against Chelsea, because I think he deserves a spot in the squad now. I think he's done more than enough. I don't know what else he can really prove the slot, and I'm not sure what else he needs to do to get in the squad. I was surprised he wasn't in the Champions League squad anyway, to be honest with you. I was a little bit baffled by that decision. But he's had a bit of luck now. Obviously, it's terrible what's happened to Leonie, and we all wish him the best, and hopefully he'll be back very, very soon. But obviously, from Chiesa's point of view, it's an opportunity now for him to hopefully get a lot more game time than he has been getting, because I think he deserves it.
I think he was left out of the Champions League squad due to the homegrown quota. If we had gotten Gay from Palace, he would have taken the place for Leone, and then he would have been able to come in. So I think that was the only reason why he was left out, not because something else.
Yeah.
But do you think the Champions League, together with the domestic cups, is the place we're going to see most of Chiesa from now on?
Yeah, I hope so. He deserves the games, to be honest. He's clearly good enough to play. I'd have preferred him to play over Gakpo today, to be honest. But I can see him maybe starting against Chelsea if he's available.
In front of who? Because if everyone is available, you think Salah or Isaac or Ekitike or Wirtz is going to be benched in that game?
Gakpo.
Yeah, but if Wirtz take his place on the left wing?
I wouldn't play Wirtz left wing. I don't think that's going to get the best out of him, to be honest.
I agree. But that's what Slot did against Palace. So he must think that's a spot for him. I think the best spot for Chiesa is the right wing, but we all know who owns that one as of today. But yeah, I'm also happy he's been able to show his worth, because I love the guy, and I think most guys do. I think we're going to call it an early night today. Go and get ready for the game today. I think it's going to be a better game for us than the last one, the last game against Palace. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you do like what we do here and anything Liverpool in general, please give us a like and follow or subscribe. I want to thank Stephen and Ben for joining me today. I wish everyone a good evening and good luck with the game. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.